Available on demand every day on iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Greetings, citizenry of the Mike O'Mara Show, the TMOS family, as we like to call it. A wonderful day and evening, and greetings to all of you. And we'd like to welcome our very special guest that drops in occasionally on the Mike O'Mara Show. He's Brian Gothia, and he runs the Oakton Wine Shop. He is a purveyor of fine spirits in scenic, beautiful, and extraordinarily upwardly mobile Oakton, Virginia. That's right. Now, when Brian is not catering to the needs of his high-end clientele, he drops by to see us and plies us with his various wine selections, and he's brought a lovely assortment today. Let's please once again with our polite Louis XV applause welcome Mr. Brian Goethe from the Oakton Wine Shop. Hi, Brian.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
We have birthdays, of course, on Thursday to get to, but before that, I was thinking I would love to just get started.
I'm right with you.
I'm surprised you waited this long.
Now,
I'm kind of ready.
The Oakton Wine Shop, let me explain to you. It is a throwback, if you will. It is not one of these big box wine stores. You can go in and see Brian or one of his fine staff members or his brother.
They don't sell box wine.
And they will hand pick a bottle of wine for you and assist you with whatever your needs are, whether it be a major undertaking, a wedding, a graduation party. Well, I guess you don't want to serve the 18-year-olds that, or college graduation,
doctorate,
and they will tailor it to your budget as well as your palate. And I think that is what makes Mr. Gauthier and all the good folks at Oakton Wine Shop so incredibly special. He is located at the corner of Chain Bridge and 234.
No. Route 123.
Route 123.
And Hunter Mill Road.
Yes.
Actually,
Jesus
Mike,
Christ, I tried.
Actually, Mike, he's located at the corner of Delicious and Affordable.
Nice. So he is located at Hunter Mill.
And Route 123.
And 123, not
right.
234. I always get 123 and 234
Understandable.
confused.
It's confusing around here.
But
Don't
Brian,
miss your turn or you'll end up in Vienna.
Before I get to these wonderful birthdays, please, because I am having the kind of day where I just wanted to start early today.
Yes.
Please
Someone's ringing.
You're getting a call.
That'd be Mike O'Mara.
It's Mike's AA sponsor.
hold on just a second.
Radio is Mike O'Mara.
Mike O'Mara Show, hello.
Nobody drink yet.
Yes.
Must be important.
Is this my special friend who's helping me with something special?
Oh, dear.
Special
I can't
favors.
imagine
Oh,
what
hello,
this would be
Ed.
about.
Ed, it's good to talk to you again. How's it going, Ed?
Ed McMahon.
Well, I
Ed,
love
you're going to be able to listen to the podcast and not hear your own voice, Ed, and listen to this side of it, and you're going to get a big laugh tonight when you tune in. It's going to be fabulous.
You must protect the innocent.
Since we are taping a half an hour early today, but that's okay. Ed, what can I do for you?
You know what's great about Mike?
What?
What, everything?
Now, when he takes these calls during the show, that
Okay.
it's hard.
And you'll call me back, Ed?
I know you love
Thank
it.
you, Ed. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day. I'll throw you to you. Bye-bye. That's my friend Ed.
Oh,
How is Ed?
Yeah.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice. Okay.
So, Brian, what are we enjoying right now?
We're starting off today with Orsolani Erbeluce La Rustia. It's a nice Italian
Thought it
white.
might be that.
It's easy for you
Can you
to
give
say.
me can you give me that one more time, please?
Certainly. Orsolani La Rustia Erbeluce.
Orestani Raruccia il Bustin. What is it?
Erbeluce.
Is this a tribute to our outgoing gay pope?
Nah.
Wow.
No.
Screw him.
Question.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not gay.
No, but he is outgoing. You ever met him?
He wears Prada loafers.
The guy's loves cats.
What is this similar to? It's white. Is it like a Chardonnay?
It's a little bit more like a Sauvignon Blanc, to be
Sauvignon,
honest.
okay.
A little,
Is
really
Is there
crisp,
something
clean.
we can call it for short?
Just Erbeluce.
Okay, air balloon.
Can I try a little sippy here? Oh. Boy, that's good booze. That's wonderful.
Very
delicious.
Very light,
That's tasty. I like
Yeah.
that. Very light.
light and
very
crisp
li-
and clean.
Citrus?
When we have a day like it's 65 degrees outside in February.
That's
what,
right.
What else are you going to drink?
Yeah, it's always the way when we're
Sexy.
going to Florida. What the hell are we driving down there for? It's going to be
52.
65
We're
here.
going to get out of town just in time.
Anyway, shall we do the birthday?
We can do it if you're ready.
All right, let's hit the music, please. This is appropriate for the wine that we're drinking right
Yes.
now. Kind of an
Celebration.
ethnic name here. Nesto Espinoza says he's TMOS por vida. Does anybody know
For
what that-
life.
Oh, for life.
TMOS for life.
And a proud member of Oscar's douchebag crew.
Hey, there you go. One of yours.
Nesto turned 39 last week and would just be happy with a big boo from Oscar.
Boo, Ernesto.
Hey, that was nice because you did your standard boo and you made it sound a little bit like
I personalized it.
Yeah, you made
I
it
liked
European.
He's kind of like the reporters you hear here in Washington, D.C. that is like, well, what they discovered were the rats were in the kitchen, and that's why the health inspector has shut this restaurant down. All right, back to you, Jim and Doreen. For News 4, this is
Diverse community.
Am I right about
Oh,
that?
you're absolutely right.
And you'll hear it also on that crappy news station, too, where they'll be
Which
going.
one?
They're all crappy.
Tell me about
I
it.
think Telemundo is affiliated with News 4, if I'm not mistaken, and they
Yes,
just
yes.
kind of siphon some of the great reporters.
That's true.
Yeah.
Telemundo, unfortunately, I feel at times, especially the local affiliate here for
Right.
Spanish news,
Right.
it's kind of like the minor leagues, and they go to the majors, and that's where you see the big names.
Jim and Doreen, VDOT says we'll have a surplus going into the following year if we don't have any major snowstorms. Back to you. For News 4, this is Caramino Moving right along, Amazon shopper Kevin O'Connor.
Thank you,
Or
Kevin.
Kevin Connor. There should always be an O.
There should
Maybe
be.
his
Always.
middle initial is O.
Kevin Connor says that when he turned 31 on Sunday, he finally met the real Marion Barry. Marion Barry's in the news. I forgot what for, but he's in the news. I might have
I'll
that
take a
tomorrow. But what he really like is for Italian Mike and Italian Rob to tell him he's a good boy. Isn't that always the way we get done doing an Italian ethnic bit? Okay, I just want to say Kevin Connor. It's an Irish name, but you're a good boy.
You know what about him? He's a so nice.
That's all right.
He makes me laugh.
And then because we did our ethnic thing at the front, that's all we got. Longtime listener, Mark Mahanger.
Mahanger.
Mark Mahanger.
It's pronounced manger, I think.
Mark Mahanger. Mahanger.
No, Massengill.
Mahanger.
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 Matterhorn.
Mark Mahang.
That's it.
Jordans.
But we're sure that the first name is Mark.
Well, he's not Italian.
Mark Mahang. Mark Mahallen Sleddenbling.
Manhandle.
Mark Mahanger of Rochester, New York, had a birthday Monday. He was hoping for a greeting from Governor Jesse Ventura. Well, with a name like that, I don't even want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he's trying to confuse us.
You know, if he had a name like that, Governor, maybe he should be living off the grid.
It's a conspiracy in a double wide down by Baja.
Hey, would you like to hear Oscar say boo?
Yeah, go ahead, Oscar.
Boo!
Mitchell. What is with? All right, here's the thing. Are you just making these names up to screw me
yes,
up?
I am. How am I doing?
Mitchell Kromenhoek.
Kromenhoek, that's correct. Yes.
I love you.
Sure.
You've had it all night, you know. You've had it in your possession
I've
for a
had it
month
for-
and a half.
that's
It's
right.
Oh, Kromenhoek.
Oh, don't
Of
you
course.
know?
Of course
Come
I
on.
know.
Right,
Of the
wrong with you?
Cincinnati
So
Kromenhoeks.
Trebek of you. Mitchell Kromenhoek turned 18 on Monday, and it's a big birthday week for his family, as you'll soon hear.
Yes.
St. Petersburg's turbo hot Christina Murphy. Baby! Now, how do we base this? Buzz puts, incidentally, when I go to Buzz,
Yeah.
when I'm doing the birthdays, Buzz puts them all together and does a great job.
Well-
How do we know that she's turbo hot?
Well, we don't know it for a fact, but her husband says so.
that's kind.
That's
You
all
see.
that matters.
Yeah, that's very
Christina Murphy had a birthday Tuesday. Don't get too excited, boys. This greeting was sent by her husband, as
you go.
Buzz just mentioned. Leslie Brinton of Laurel, Maryland, turned 48 Tuesday. She's wondering if John Quincy Adams is still around from President's Day because she'd like a greeting for him. I don't remember it.
I don't remember.
I
who
don't
he was
remember what
either.
the voice was. I'd have to go back and listen to the show. We were doing all the presidents, and the voices weren't impersonations.
Hey, how about didn't John Quincy Adams have an underbite?
Was that it?
Maybe.
He was not our brightest.
Oh, one thing like that.
I don't
remember.
She's happy.
I'll tell you what, Leslie, I'll research it and get back to you. Christine Burke
Not
has
gonna
returned
happen.
to the D.C. area as she turned 43 on Tuesday. She's looking forward to Jimmy's Wings and would like to hear a welcome home from the Metro conductor.
Oh, how nice.
All right. We have the sound for Metro?
We do.
All right, here we go. Welcome. Oh, Metro Farragut bus. This orange line, or Metro is on Farragut, it's West Falls Church. Metro Center, red line up, doors open. Doors open on the ferry.
Hey, Metro guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Huh?
Hey, Metro guy.
Yeah. Hello, Rob.
Do you want to hear?
Rob.
Do you want to hear Oscar say boo?
Yeah, go ahead, Oscar.
Boo!
Thank you. All right, we got, oh my God, 3 pages of them today. We got to move. It was Daryl Boggs' birthday yesterday. He's never missed a show and supports us financially every way he can. He'd like Mike to use any voice to create a voicemail answering machine.
Okay, so I guess we should have silence.
Okay. All right, any voice. He said it, I
Yes,
did.
he did.
All right, here we go. Set your tape recorder, Daryl.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hello, this is Daryl Boggs' house. This is Daryl's friend. And Daryl wanted me to leave this message because he is just terrible with technology. But he wants you to leave a message after the beep. And this is his friend Bruce. So leave a message for Daryl. He'll get back to you as soon as he can, and I love him.
Yeah, perfect. Yay!
Yesterday was Austin Cromenhoke's birthday.
Who?
Cromenhoke.
Again
That's
with
right.
that.
Or whatever that
That's
name
right.
is.
You got it.
17th birthday. He's a younger brother of the aforementioned Mitchell Cromenhoke.
That's right.
And the father of Mitchell and Austin, Matt Cromenhoke.
They're back.
Matt Cromenhoke turns 45 today. The 3 Cromenhokes celebrating this week have requested Charlie, Jackie Stallone, and Colonel Potter. This is a greedy family, and I'm going to
3
turn them
people.
all down. I'm
Greedy.
sorry.
Really?
I'm going to turn them down.
Good boy.
Well, you better do that. Yeah, all right. Go ahead, Radar. Thank you. Today is also Sherelle Harris's 37th birthday, and although she loves the way the show makes her husband laugh, what she really wants is a sexy greeting from Buzz. It wouldn't be the birthdays without. Let me have a drink of wine while you're doing that. Go ahead, Buzz.
Sherelle, your name is like this music behind me. Nothing but sexy.
Ugh.
Happy birthday,
I
Sherelle.
hate that. Anyway, Travis Chad.
Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Oh, you're not done? I'm
I
sorry.
am now.
Travis Chad, the
He's
boy.
done, trust me.
The boy with 2 first names turns 12 today, Travis Chad, and he'd like a birthday greeting from Charlie Stu Stabile. 2 first names. Anyway, today...
Charlie's solo energy today.
Well, lots of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Today, Logan Thomas turns 28th on the 28th. He says he can bring us a new fan with just one more visit from the dueling Michael McDonald. Did anybody ever find out about the whole Corolla thing?
yeah, got it. We can do it in the bulk of the show, or we can do it in the audio vault.
All right, so wait for your dueling Michael McDonald's in the bulk of the show, Logan, and have a very, very happy birthday. Dave Buckingham, who plays trombone in the Redskins band, still proudly wears that T-shirt we signed at our State Theater show. He turns 42 today and would like to hear our traditional birthday song.
Oh, perfect.
This is for Dave Buckingham. 1, 2, 3. Birthday, Dave Buckingham.
Kind of a drag.
Is there anything better than a talented tromboner?
And for the Redskins, do not rush RG3 back.
Please.
Okay, I'm
Please.
so tired of
Yes.
hearing, hey, he'll be starting at the beginning of the season. No, I don't think that's smart.
Get him well.
And also, I'd like to hear new charts from the band this year.
There you
Would it kill you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to play them changes again.
And now, our tribute to Dave Brubeck. And Lynn Martin of Leesburg is turning 46 today. Charlie is her favorite, and she'd love a special birthday greeting from him. Well, a lot of people are asking for that today.
You're very popular, Charlie.
Hello, Lynn. I hope you have a great birthday.
Hey, Charlie.
And I also hope that Matt Crumman does, too. And also, I want to say hi to Travis Chad.
Are you coming with us to Florida?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yay.
Swimming.
Your buddy's going to be there.
And Jimmy.
Remember your trunks.
Jimmy.
You get along with him.
Oh, I do, duh. Anyway, David Hunter is having knee surgery today. Jimmy's on the show today. Jimmy
Yay.
texted,
Oh, excellent.
Jimmy texted me last night. Panicked. David Hunter is having knee surgery.
swimsuit.
He needs Rob to run out and get him a cadaver knee just in case. So David Hunter, I can relate to the knee surgery. Lay
Mike,
it on
before
him.
I go, how is your cadaver knee? Has it tried to attack you or anything?
Every night.
Okay, if he needs a cadaver knee, I will be right back.
Thank you, Rob.
There he goes. Look at that smoke.
Off to the graveyard.
Oh, my God. Tomorrow is John Hansen's birthday, and he's requested the Sacramento dance. Well, it's radio, so we can't do that.
Hey, denied.
Longtime listener Melanie Manley, God, we got to fly, has a birthday tomorrow. Her best friend Joe is glad she turned him onto our show. Michael Jackson, again a real listener, has written on behalf of his lovely new bride, Princess Jackson.
What?
That's her real
Also
name.
real, yes.
Wow, treat her like a princess.
Her
don't
birthday's
believe it.
tomorrow, and MJ has requested a sexy greeting fit for a queen to a princess from Buzz.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Princess, you're more than a princess.
We're out of time. Thank you. The Eastern Shore's Christopher Ebner turns 36 tomorrow, and he'd like to hear a birthday greeting from the great character actor William Devane. It's going crazy. Thank you, Christopher Ebner.
Hey, it's the distracted William Devane.
A listener since WAVA VIP or Mike Deal turns 50 tomorrow. As a Washington, D.C. native, he'd love to hear a greeting from the city's mayor for life. Happy birthday, my dear.
And Mike, by the way, he's selling his house. That's why he's in the news right now.
The mayor.
Mayor Barry.
Oh, and he tweeted about something, I think, or he was explaining
He's
something.
not leaving Ward 8, is he?
I'm not sure. Sell that house, Mike Deal. Big Duff 2 photographer Hope, I want to tell you, Larson turns 45 tomorrow. She'd love a greeting from Bob. Happy birthday, Hope. I just want to say she's great. All right, thank you very much. I'm sorry. And you got all the music lined up.
Keep it
so
going.
many.
I want to say Hope Larson. Yeah, there she is. Isn't she lovely? I want to say happy birthday to Hope Larson and the whole AP All-America football team.
Bob, would you like to do her?
I sure would. Just like Dorothy Lamour. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Bob Hope. Thank you very much. That's Bob Hope's laugh track right there. Ryan Walsh listened back in the day and found us again thanks to a taxi driver who told him about the podcast. His birthday's tomorrow, and today's birthday song was for him, too. Okay, so we already gave it to him. Tomorrow is also the 16th wedding anniversary of Christy and Kurt Jordan. Hey, the Jordans, Rob.
Hey, they're having the Moody's over for dinner.
Yeah, Christy and Kurt are having Barb and Chuck over. They say our show has gotten them through good times and bad. We presume they mean theirs, not ours.
You never can tell.
That's funny. Happy anniversary, kids. Gail Hyduke Kern has a birthday tomorrow, three-name lady, and she says that since her husband's always too tired, she'd like to keep her maiden name. No, I ad-libbed that. I'm sorry.
Hyduke.
Since her husband is always too tired, she'd also like a sexy greeting from Buzz.
Oh, God.
Hi, Duke.
Thank you. All right. Sherry
I didn't
Edgar.
even do the music anymore.
Sherry Edgar lives in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, but she's from Norridge Walk, Maine. Never heard of that. Norridge Walk, Maine, near Waterville, and I've been through Waterville. Her birthday is Sunday, and she'd love to hear a greeting in Mike's Maine accent, which reminds her of her dad. Well, Sherry, I've never been to Norridge Cock, or Norridge.
What?
Norridge Walk.
We'll fix
Sorry,
that in
I was
post.
getting to it. Well, I'm drinking wine, and here we go. Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you, Jesus. That's the show.
Okay.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Round one, first round, and turning first to a very special guest indeed, Mr. Brian Butterfield, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's a pleasure to have you here, Brian.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I have brought you both a present, actually.
Thank you.
They're my new diet bonbons.
Are we going to let us try one?
Yes, if you may.
Bonbons.
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 They're my diet bonbons. They contain chocolate, gravy, tea and coffee for flavouring, mint, decaf coffee, and pork belly.
Well, they're not going to be that slimming then, are they, Brian, with pork belly?
Well then, let me tell you my secret dieting ingredient.
Yeah?
Elephant laxatives.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Buzz Burbank, Rob Speedwagon, Oscar Santana. And now, from his couch, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, downloaded worldwide 17 million times. We're powered by Encore Insurance, and we're also at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., and the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is Feb 28.
It's
Right.
the ultimate.
It's the last
It's
day
the
of
ultimate day of
February.
February.
It is the last day of February, and we are brought to you by Oakton Wine Shop Spring Fling. It is their Spring Fling Festival benefiting the Lymphoma Research Foundation. Taste 30 wines over 2 days. You got a lot of work coming up, don't you?
Yes, we do.
You are working your butt off. South African wines Friday from 4 to 7, which is going to be great. Because as you're drinking your South African wines, you can use your South African dialect.
Do you have a corkscrew?
I'm Ernie Els. Try my wines. Does he have golfers sometimes have wines? Are there any does Gary Player have a wine?
No, but Ernie Els does.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Hey, try my wine and it'll make you talk like South African.
Do you have any Olympians coming over?
No.
Oh, that's horrible.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh,
soon.
come on.
Little
It's been a
soon.
week.
So the South African wines are Friday from 4 to 7.
He mostly does shots.
Yes.
Australian wines Saturday from noon to 4. And follow Oakton Wine Shop on Twitter and Facebook, or call them. Here's their number, 703-255-5425. I'll give that to you again, 703-255-5425. They're located at Route 123 and 100 Mill Road in Oakton. I got that address wrong before, but I'm getting it right now.
Yeah.
Oakton Wine Shop has 500 hand-selected wines from around the world. There is something for everybody, and we really do mean that. And every budget can be accommodated. And go over and see him. Go see Brian and check out the incredible wines. And don't forget about their Spring Fling Festival. And, the only thing that's not on here, okay, you're talking about this coming Friday from this tomorrow from 4 to 7 is the Spring Fling Festival.
No, next Friday.
Next
A week
Friday.
from tomorrow.
8th and 9th.
A week from Friday.
Yeah, 8th and 9th.
And Brian, thank you for benefiting the Lymphoma Society. That's one I hold near and dear. That's awesome. Thank you.
As we've done this is the third time we've done charity raising money for them, and it's a great cause, and we've hopefully will continue to do it. We raised over last year almost $4,000 for
Awesome.
them.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a really good chance to go out, benefit a phenomenal cause, and also enjoy some incredible wine. Where have your travels taken you recently? You've been all over the place. Spain seems to be your favorite
I
place.
just got back from Spain and Portugal, and I'm off to California in the end of next month, and Oregon in June.
Would you like to hear a joke from Portugal?
Sure.
The last overseas trip that my da ever took, the late, great William Joseph O'Mara, and a joke that he provided the rest of the senior citizens on the tour bus. When they were in Portugal.
What was that?
They were on this. My dad had a sense of humor like the whole family, and this is right up till the end. And he's on this blue hair bus, and they're showing they're in the countryside, and they're going through all over Portugal, and they come up on a farm. It's a dairy farm. And one of the, I guess, landmarks, you've been to Portugal, maybe you could tell me, that these dairy farms, these cow farms, actually the cows go under the structure. They actually go under the house in many cases, and that's where the barn is, right?
Yeah.
And so the lady that's the young lady, who's a 20-something that's doing this tour, is up in the front of the tour bus, and my dad's, I guess, midway through on this bus, and she's got a little speaker, and she goes, "Now you will notice over here, if you look over on your right, that this is the way many dairy farms and cattle farms appear in Portugal, where the cows actually sleep underneath the residence of the people that live there." And doesn't miss a beat. An old lady like a row in front of my dad says, "Oh, the smell must be awful." And my father doesn't miss a beat and says, "Yeah, but the cows don't mind." Yeah! That's for you, Papa.
That's great.
I always thought that was one of his good ones. And then and it didn't because they're senior citizens. He didn't get the big, the big laugh that's like that.
Right.
It worked his way up to the front of the bus and up to the back, and the tour operator really couldn't talk much after that. That's great. Everybody was laughing.
Did your mother have to say, "Oh, Bill"?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, that's what moms do.
Stop it, Bill.
Stop it, Bill. I mean, my old man had a great sense of humor, and it was he was Schadenfreude. He loved that kind of stuff, and he liked to do.
Funny how that skipped you.
That's the comedy. The comedy goes in opposite directions, and that's the see how I did that?
Yeah.
And so that's my Portugal stuff. They have some good vino over there.
We found some great new wines. We're bringing back. We have 5 new exclusive wines that we brought back just for the shop this year.
Wow.
Awesome.
So really fun stuff.
It's really a great place, and you've been a huge supporter of our show, and
Well,
hopefully
likewise.
we support you.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to see you do well, because not only are you a fine sponsor of this show, which we really appreciate, but you know what, man? I mean, in the day and age of the mauling of America and the sameness of America, it's really nice to be able to go, "Hi, you're Brian. You own this store.
Yeah.
I'd like this. Can you help me out?" So
Absolutely.
check it out, Oakton Wine Shop
Thank
there
you.
in Oakton, Virginia.
Every time I've gone in there, I say, "I like something like this." And he will say, "Oh, we have something that's better than that, except it's cheaper in here."
They
And
know
that's-
their stuff, and it's
they
a great
do.
place to impress people, especially on a budget.
And Oscar, you've known Brian for a long time
Actually,
as well.
last year around this time, I had a tasting there. and he was nice enough to accommodate that.
I was there too. It was
You're
great.
dealing with family, and
Yep.
and if you're part of our family, if you're listening right now, Brian's part of our family.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
check him out.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
I want to say before we get to the show started today that You know, it's funny that the day after I talk about our new listener initiative, and I talk about the fact that we grow, but we don't grow fast enough, it's still, I want to emphasize the positive here and say it really blows me away that our listener base does not get smaller. In television, in radio, in many forms of media, you know, you get somebody and then they get bored and they go off somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't have that with this show. And I talked about the speedy growth, and I said, do your part if you're a listener and you've enjoyed this show for the 3 years that it's been on to spread the word. And I just want to say to our listeners, overwhelming response yesterday to that.
Yes,
really touching.
Your tips, your sharing it with your friends. We really created a bit of a phenomenon on the website yesterday and on Facebook and a little viral. And really, that's the way to do it. I think that's the way we go. And people never let me down. And it really is. It's heartwarming that people do that. So I wanted to say salute to the TMOS listeners. They're terrific, and we really appreciate it. On the show today, I am excited for a good TV show that's coming. I think Oscar and I both like this one. Celebrity Twins. We might try to get to that today. Will we ever learn? This whole sequester thing has me completely pissed off at both sides. It's just
rightly so.
I think we're all being lied to. I think and I just don't see any light at the end of the tunnel.
Do you remember at one point when you were so disgusted with the banks because the banks are going through what they were going through?
Exactly.
I feel the same way now about.
I feel like politicians. Yeah. It's just they're all crap. I mean, it's really, this is a delicate thing we got here. I know it's been around for hundreds of years, but I really think the John Boehners, the Barack Obamas, the Eric Cantors, the Joe Bidens, all these people, you should be mindful that this is a fragile little situation. Take a look at Europe.
Yeah.
And, you're really, all you're doing now is just dicking around.
You're playing with something important.
You're playing with something important.
If it weren't for the yogurt, Greece would be gone.
Right.
That's what's saving them.
And message, listen, yogurt. I think it is imperative. Here's a tip. This just came into my mind right now. Here's what everybody should do. Buzz, we should do it because we're kind of the political loudmouths on this show. This is what everybody should do. You know what you should start doing? You should start slamming your own guys. You should start holding your own people's feet to the fire. Sean Hannity, you ought to be dissing Boehner and Cantor, and Buzz and Mike ought to be on Obama every single day because really, this is crap. And I think the only way you're going to get through to these guys is for the club to start, turning on their fellow members, because otherwise, I don't think anything's going to happen. And I'll notice that there's now the election's over, of course, but you get far less of the the continuous partisan postings that people put up there online.
Yeah, it's calmed down.
And who knows whether it'll work, but it's just a world of crap as far as I'm concerned.
I'm concerned. Obviously, I'm already steamed at Obama and his administration right now for this bizarre secrecy.
Yeah.
The secrecy, not so much about Benghazi, but to a degree about that, but especially about the drone program, denying for so long that it even existed when we all knew that it did. And now we still know for a fact that it does. They're still denying it. What's up with that? That's not the transparent government that I thought I was electing.
It's frustrating. It really is, and I'm tired of the whole game. I think America is too. Also on the program today, babies and parents. Something about longevity. An article that just seemed to find its way to me. Nobody sent it to me, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, normally it's just like, hey, older fathers that die young. Anyway, no. Jimmy and his texts. New listener initiative update, already gave you that. And
Mike,
a baby.
can I speak to that real quick?
Yes,
I
go
just
right
wanted
ahead.
you to know that it was so powerful that Facebook gives us statistics about our page.
Yeah, I love that about the internet. I love being able to track. It's fantastic.
And this week, which really translates to yesterday, we're up in reaching people other than our own friends on Facebook, up 50% than what we usually are.
So that's the initiative that we talked about yesterday?
Yes, that's an effect from it.
Okay, then let me stop you right there since you mentioned that. And we just want you to keep it up.
Please.
We're going to do our best to remind you about things like this. I mean, I was sitting there at the end of the night after I had been scouring over social media, and I'm reading what all my guys here have posted up there about Goose and the show, and then I'm reading all the things that people had shared with just friends of the show, and then I realized, hey, Mike, you haven't said a damn word all night long after I'm giving everybody a hard time.
You are the quiet man.
And I went to bed with a nice thank you, and I said, be like rabbits and multiply, and that is literally going to translate into more listeners for this show. It's great.
Absolutely.
And you want want another number? This is
Yeah, go ahead.
Fascinating.
Keep them coming.
The number of unique people who were friends with people who have liked the Mike O'Mara Show page. Okay, so these are friends of our friends on Facebook.
Okay, our friends.
Over 2.5 million people have either seen or the activity. We're reaching out to over 2.5 million other people from the initiative yesterday.
I said to Carla last night as we were sitting there, I said, you know what? I cannot believe you gave me that number. I said to Carla, I really think if this really catches fire, we might be able to reach out to 500,000 people.
Wow.
And you're telling me that we got 2.5 million?
The number of unique people who are friends with people who like our fan page on Facebook is 2.6 million.
Wow.
That is
amazing.
That is the power of it, and it's because of you folks that are listening to this show.
We're so grateful.
It really
Keep it
makes
up. That's
makes
awesome.
us dance today.
I want to add something else, too. After we did the show yesterday, we had our little off-air meeting that we have every
Once
week.
a week, yeah.
One of the things we talked about was supplying you, the listener, with tools to help you spread the good word about our show. And we talked about the fact that maybe we could use little clips from the show that you could post and pass along to your friends. Well, as a matter of fact, yesterday, in the past 24 hours, without us ever speaking of this publicly, a number of people have written the show and written me to say, gee, if you could just give us some little clips or something we pass along. So
Consider it done.
Consider that a done deal.
Yeah,
we'll be doing that, and we thank you for your help.
And for now, click the banner on our website that says the best of the Mike O'Mara Show. Share that with people.
That's a great little,
excellent.
like a 6-minute demo, right?
Yeah.
And
really,
it's very good.
really amazing. In this day and age, things work quickly. We'll take a break.
Absolutely.
Come back with more. This is the Mike O'Mara Show.
I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun. Holding hands and skimming stones.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This portion of the program brought to you by Vistaprint.com. If you're starting a new business, you need professional-looking business cards. You know all about them. 250 top-quality cards for just $10. Millions of business owners use Vistaprint because it's affordable and so easy to create a quality custom business card online. Choose from thousands of designs or upload your own. Heavy paper stock at half the regular price. To get this offer plus free shipping, go to Vistaprint.com and enter the code TMOS in the search bar. 250 cards, free shipping with our code TMOS for just $10. You cannot beat that. Go to Vistaprint and enter our code and do that today. We're here with Brian Gauthier from the Oakton Wine Shop. And Brian, we're moving on to wine numero dos.
Yes, this is from California. It's Tabot Vineyards, and this is their Cali Heart Chardonnay.
What are you drinking?
I hate it when you steal my line. I was so ready to do that. I was going to look at the wine and say, what are you doing here? Rob and I watch the exact same television shows every week. Hold on. Can't get mad at a guy for stealing your idea. It's great minds, you can't help it.
The Californians.
Let's take a sip.
I like that.
I know where you can get it.
Where?
You go up the 5, take La Cienega over to the other. I'm sorry. Why do it's not that great a bit, but it is funny. It's the only thing
It's all they got right
that's
now.
consistently funny.
It's
on
one
that
of those
show.
stupid funny things.
Yeah.
This is a little heartier.
Yes, this is
Got a little more zing than the last
a
one.
little bit more oak. It's creamier, richer, more apple, pineapple, pear notes. to it.
I'm eager to try that. I'm still on number one. I'm the second glass.
So let me ask you that. When you say apple, pineapple, pear notes, so the way that works is that the vintner, the people that grow the grapes, they go out into that field and they dig it up and bury pineapples and pears?
No. It's picking up the soils and the natural fruit flavors of the grape, and then when you blend it in with the yeasts as well as the oak barrels, that brings in more flavors.
I got it. Okay, Pineapple Princess.
Pineapple Princess, he calls me.
Because I don't have a song called Oak.
I could picture myself drinking this wine. What's this called again?
Tabot.
Tabot.
The sweetest Tabot.
Well, then if you drink Tabot, you could drink this wine while you're having sex with your own relative.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Tabot.
Tabot 5 was the best of the series.
How you doing, Josh? Is John? Do you want some wine? You're 21, right? Would you like a glass of wine?
You've earned it. You've been carrying drums all day.
Yeah, there's some wine glasses behind the curtain there.
We're rearranging the palatial O'Mara estate, and Mr. Josh is hauling stuff up to the attic.
Mr. Josh?
Which has completely absolved Mr. O'Mara from having to do so.
What I loved is I came in. The staging area for when we break the studio down for the trip today will be the foyer, the grand foyer.
Yes.
And
are you ready to make the big announcement about the grand foyer and the entertainment that will soon follow?
When I came in, Mike's drums were out there. I said, "Oh, good, Mike's bringing the drums to Florida."
No, I'm bringing the drums back down to the main parlor.
Yeah!
Which means let the concert season begin.
Yay.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show Summer Concert Series.
It's literally been years since you've drummed along to a record on our show.
That's true.
And I can't wait for it to come
It
back.
has literally been years since I have drummed. I think it's been over a year since I may have been in a restaurant and sat in with a band.
Yeah, you might have done that when we had the poker run.
The
Didn't
poker
you do
run,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
which is still
outside of
way
that,
over a year ago.
Those have been broken down in my office for well over a year.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
2 years.
The last person to play those drums was Tan Lu.
Okay.
Tan Lu is
Tan Lu.
and you're
Lu.
fascinated because
Forgive me.
he's the Asian drummer from Black Gold.
Marvelous rhythm.
Asian.
Tan Lu.
Tan Lu.
I loved him on Hawaii Five-0.
He played Cam Fong, I think, or was it Chin Ho?
Hey, did you hear that Perez Hilton has announced that he's having a baby?
Oh, he is.
Anal birth?
I wrote this down today. I'll show you how I wrote it. Perez Hilton announces the birth, and I put question mark, ... right, the birth of his first child. So I don't know exactly what's going on.
Surrogate,
It was, it was really kind of cryptic the way the announcement came out. So I don't know whether this is adopted or whether
guy's
Perez,
a dick.
used a. He is a dick.
I really don't like him.
He is a dick, and he's really kind of been out
Really
of
being
the,
a good father.
He's been out of the headlines for a while. He doesn't.
That's why
he
he's having the
doesn't
baby,
splash
I'm sure.
to make some. But he looks different now. Remember, I liked him when he was fat with the pink hair.
You know what? I never thought he looked clean.
No, he never looked clean.
Yeah,
But-
when people-
appreciable odor.
When people lose weight and skinny up, you just can't root for them anymore. You know.
yeah, and he's sitting there with really what looks to be a newborn infant.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like everybody else that follows
Pink hair on the baby?
that follows any kind of gossip site. You just want to say to yourself, what was the process?
Yeah, I think
share
you
the
know.
process. Was it turkey baster and a neighbor girl down the hallway? What the hell was it? Or
a good
did you
friend of his.
Did you go to China? How did it go down? I'm
Did they
curious
see
about that.
Did you see the baby?
I saw a picture of the baby.
Did the
yeah.
baby look American?
I didn't look that. You know what? Unlike you, Rob, I just sort of glance at the picture. I don't go for the ethnicity. Okay,
Well, you were the
okay,
one who
Mister.
was-
Okay, Mister Himmler.
American is not an ethnicity.
Yeah. What kind
anyway.
of white is that?
If he was born in this country, he's American.
Did it look northern
Ben,
northern
my
American?
name is Rob Spivak. I see the baby has been born. Let me take a close look at its ears and the bridge of its nose to check on its ethnicity.
Meanwhile, back in the lab, we're working on identical cousins.
The twins. We will have the twins.
the twins.
I want to get all the housekeeping out of the way this week. Are you excited about Game of Thrones coming back on?
Yes.
You watched that show, right?
I'm so excited that I'm off cable. I told you I cut the cord. I don't have
Yeah,
cable
he's off the
anymore.
grid, Mike.
And then I saw
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is this a financial decision? Is this one of your belt tightening moves?
Yeah, I did it like 2 months ago.
I've got a great one for you. Okay,
Yeah.
don't spend money to go to China.
That's an investment in the future.
What's
in
an
a
investment?
lifetime.
Have you? I'm sure you've checked flights if you're going in April.
Oh
You
yeah,
got-
it's part of a package.
How much gelt is that going to cost you? How much is that
it's-
going to set you back?
Enough to know that I'm probably not going to Maine this year. Yeah.
What is that?
Breaking news.
We're not going to Maine this year.
No, I was just going to go to Maine.
You were going to go to
Really?
Maine
On
like
your
on a
own?
vacation?
Yes, because I loved it so much.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool. So,
And then but you know what? I love an opportunity so much more. So as I told my young lady, I said, "Remember that house we were looking at? Maybe a condo for a weekend."
is it two? Is it two to get to China?
Oh
Two?
no, I'm going to write that down. For
Okay,
you.
write down the.
Maybe even 3 or 4, right?
Here you go. Oh, yeah,
I imagine when it's all said and done, this is what it's going to be.
the trip itself,
Everything.
hotel,
Yeah.
air, and all that.
Wow.
Even I was low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it include handwriting lessons?
If it was cheap, I guess everybody would do it.
Right,
Wow.
exactly.
Not me.
But you are going around the world.
Are you going to have fun, or is it going to be just strictly a business trip? Is this a tour? Is this a gay cruise with Tom?
No. It's strictly a business trip. I think one day we're going to try to scurry to the Great Wall of China to see that. while
If you're
we're there.
just tuning
Stay
into
on
the
the
show
good side of it.
and you missed it yesterday because it was very quick and it kind of shocked all of us,
Sure.
Oscar announced that the first week in April he is going to be traveling to China
Yes.
with Todd Moore, his best buddy, and they're going over there to explore all sorts of entrepreneurial activities.
We're gonna play ping pong and ding dang.
Is so Todd can't float you the with his vast fortune he can't float you the money for that?
I don't like. I like making my own way.
You don't like suckling on someone else's teat.
No, I like making my
Is
own way.
Todd flying over there on his electric plane?
And again, I don't. I don't know another time in my life where I'm going to be able to just go.
Right.
Look, one of the things about this podcast is we do it with a bunch of guys, and we allow ourselves flexibility to do fun things.
Yes.
And I think it's an opportunity that you need to take advantage of. And I'm just asking if there's a chance to get back to us, let us know what's going on. Yeah. I'd love to get a call from China. We'll take a break, come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Earth, Wind, and Fire!
Oh.
He was twitching over there. I didn't know what the hell was going on. He was jumping. No, I was talking to Rob.
He was dancing.
Give me hand signals. I guess
I was so shocked that Oscar just went, oh.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Flying
seeing
by
you
today.
dancing is kind of shocking.
Yeah, well, seeing you is kind of shocking.
Hey, we'll see that next Wednesday. Do we have a location yet for our venue where we're going to be?
I will have one today.
We'll have one today.
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
So, like today before the end of the show?
Yeah, actually, I've been checking my email waiting for the confirmation.
Because I'd love to make that announcement today.
Save the date,
since
folks.
We're going to
Wednesday.
be in transit. Otherwise, we'll let you know Monday what's happening about that.
Right.
Because we are going to be have a bonus show for you tomorrow, but we will be not doing the regular show because we are hitting the road to sunny FLA.
Driving.
That's 2 giant SUVs, and we'll be hitting the road for Florida, broadcasting live from Fort Myers Beach all week next week on the Mike O'Mara Show. So we're excited about that. This segment of the program, do I hear rumbling?
I
or
hear it
something?
too.
I heard it too. I
Let me
don't
see
know
if
what
it's
it
me.
is.
Hold on.
Is it Brian drumming his hand?
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, thank you.
Cut it out. Cut it out,
Yeah,
Brian.
hey, cut it out.
Brian,
Okay,
geez.
sorry.
Our show
Can't have fun here.
Glass is empty.
brought to you by Scorebig. Scorebig.com. There's nothing like seeing all those great NBA, NHL, or college games live. Or maybe you want to take the family to see Disney on Ice, Sesame Street Live, or Cirque du Soleil, like Rob.
All wonderful.
Whatever you want to see, your first stop is Scorebig.com. You'll save up to 60% on the next best tickets here and across the country. 60%. That's a pretty good number. Every ticket on Scorebig.com is below box office price, guaranteed. And never any fees. No matter what you want to see, go to Scorebig.com, enter the code TMOS, and get an extra $30 off.
They
They've
doubled
upped
it.
Yeah, it used to be $15, now it's $30. So you want to check them out. It is a great place to get tickets. It's very similar to websites like a Hotwire travel service.
Only better.
Only better. But you get to, you put it in there, say, I want this kind of ticket. Oscar and I enjoy the
vouch
ticket.
for it.
I enjoy the tickets with my girls.
Here's what I'm looking to
They're
spend.
great seats, and you do pay less. And when you sit down in a seat and you know that you've gotten a better deal than anybody else that's used, all these other broker service, and in many cases, you sit down in a seat that is below face value.
Right.
Wow.
It's an amazing feeling.
It is.
Stop wasting your money. Go to scorebig.com and use the code TMOS. And let me finish this one.
Will you entertain a question while you finish that wine? You just talked about how we depart for Florida tomorrow.
Yes.
You were getting texts from Jimmy. You know I love stories about Jimmy.
Yes. Jimmy texted me. First, before we get to Jimmy, what's the next selection?
It's Raptor Ridge Reserve Pinot Noir.
Here we go. Now we're going into the land of red.
Yes.
That's what I like.
This is
I like my politics, and I like my wines. Red.
Exactly, Mike.
Thank you very much.
This
Say
is
it all the time.
The Scholl family in Oregon owns this, and it's a blend of 5 different vineyards. Just beautiful elegance, rich flavors. This is what...
That tastes of the earth, Brian.
Yes.
It tastes of the... I feel, when I sip on this, I feel like I'm sitting in a scene in the movie Sideways out in the middle of a vineyard.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And the winemaker will actually be at the shop on Friday night for
cool.
our Spring Fling Festival.
That's a week from
That's
tomorrow.
next
right?
And I'm not saying it because the winemaker's coming to town, but I will tell you this is the best thing you poured so far. This is absolutely outstanding.
This is your style of wine.
Crazy with
real
cherries, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it
Crazy
in Mike's
for the-
reaction.
This is
As soon
good
as you
stuff.
took a sip, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, which one is that? Is that the one right there? Yeah, that's the one that's bouncing up and down.
Number
Don't
3.
touch it after we're done with the show.
Mike wants to visit it later.
Yes.
So last night, Jimmy Cerrito texts me, and this speaks to what I've talked about before with texting and with social media and all this written communication that we all know and love, because we really don't speak to one another anymore. We
Not
just
as much.
we type away, and some people are skilled at it, and other people, just call me.
Amen. To
As
the
an
latter.
example,
Please call me.
Mike sent us an email this morning and then followed up with a text that said, "Check your email."
Right.
All right.
And so, I mean, that was
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure you
We all
guys
saw it.
with your smartphones got the message. And incidentally, I'll talk about that on the bonus show this week. I am turning the reins of the ship over to all the guys, and it's going to be a mini Rob Spiewak show, a mini Oscar Santana show, a mini Buzz Burbank show, and a mini Mark Ronick show. Where the bonus show this week will be the topics that all these guys have picked, and what this is a very elaborate way of me not having to do a second show.
It's working. Understood.
No, but I thought it'd be kind of cool.
Something new.
And I thought it'd be fun, so we always try new stuff. So we're going to Florida. Jimmy Cerrito, the fabulous bar owner of Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, is coming with us, and he is going to be kind of our tour guide. He's going to be our cruise director.
I referred to him to Carrie as the house mother.
He is.
Don't you think he is the house mother?
He is. I have experience with Jimmy, and that is one of the reasons I said it would be cool to have him come with us, because Jimmy gets it. Jimmy is just a great wingman to have. He is a fun-loving guy, and yes, he will start drinking at 9 a.m. in the morning and finish at like 3 in the next morning.
Right.
But he's well-behaved. He's a
just
professional.
just till the shaking stops.
He is. I've never seen him shake. So I get this from him, and
this is 2 days.
He's more than just a house mother. He's going to be the fun factor.
So this is the text, and you tell me whether I read it wrong or tell me how you
All right.
interpret it.
Let's see what we.
Just our luck. ... Frigging cold all week.
Next week.
Not true.
In Florida. I'm going to start drinking now while I pack warm clothes.
What?
With my paranoia, I realized what he was trying to tell me was it's going to be cold in Florida.
Right.
But I read it wrong because I see frigging cold, and I'm like,
He's
sick.
A friggin' cold.
And
that's what I got the first time.
And I'm ready to tell him, hey, listen, dude, 2 SUVs, 14 hours on the road. It's like, please stay home. Do not come out. No, he's talking about the temperatures.
The weather.
So I text him back. I said, you're sick? And the text back is, no, sir. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I write, oh, you mean temperature? And he goes, yup, I'm ready. Well, you're ready to be ready for cold temperatures. You're not ready to read a forecast.
Right.
It's going to be cold on Sunday, our first day.
Not even cold.
Not even
But it's,
cold.
66 degrees if you
Right.
call that cold. And then it's going to be 75, 79, 79, 80, 82.
Thursday, a high of 103.
Wow.
Sunny and 75 there
So,
today.
Jimmy, just stop thinking.
Hey, just our luck.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm packing parkas.
Jimmy, it's going to be fine.
Jimmy, let me explain something. When you go down to Florida, it doesn't matter. You see, I mean, you're
Right.
going to, yes, it's going to be cold for Florida for one day,
Right.
But it's like you
It's
don't
like a
dress
warm
in
day here.
66. You walk out with a t-shirt on.
I
You're
need to go
fine.
buy some UGG boots.
And it went back and forth.
You would own them.
And then the Capitals got blown out last night, and he texted me,
That didn't help.
I hate Philly.
Hey,
It's
just
like,
our
thanks
luck.
for reminding me that the Capitals are sucking ass last night. So it was a note to Jimmy, everything's going to be just fine.
It is.
Good.
But I mean, I read that, and I'm like, what's going on? Why? Why? Because he's thinking about it. He's ready to go, and he's ready to, hope this doesn't happen.
Anytime you
There's a
ta-
fatalism from Buffalo that he gets.
Yeah,
that
I
might
think
be.
so.
Yeah.
Northern
Maybe that's why you get along. You have a fatalism from being a Red Sox fan. Maybe you have an overlap there, but never start a text with just our luck.
Am I a fatalist, or am I just a chronic bitcher?
You bitch.
The latter.
I bitch.
You're
I
not
like
a
to-
fatalist.
I like to
You
bitch.
have-
It's what it is. It's light fatalism.
Can I tell you?
You
though,
could win $1 million tomorrow, and,
and
you
you
bitch
complain,
about
complain about the taxes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go down to the state
Oh,
office.
I hope I don't lose the
I gotta
ticket.
get my picture taken.
I think the quote this morning, lying in bed with my beautiful wife, and I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, we're going tomorrow. I'm going to miss you. I don't like any of those guys." And I said,
I said
going
the
down
same
there.
thing.
I
Yeah.
tried that line.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Nope. Okay. No, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
But
I
I
meant
really,
it.
we've been together too much. It's we're gonna have to all scatter.
Yes.
I think we're gonna pair off and to go in different directions.
Pair
And,
off?
well, Buzz is gonna have to.
Yeah,
rent-
there's no
Buzz is
pairs
gonna
with
have to
Buzz
rent some
Burbank.
sort of transportation.
That's fine.
Because you're not getting the SUVs anytime you want to go out.
That's fine.
That's it.
Can we get Buzz
I have no problem with that.
a three-wheeled bicycle?
You know what? When we're down on Fort Myers Beach,
Yes.
and this is worth you exploring. You ought to get online and check it out today.
I'm happy.
There are multiple. I think there are multiple forms of transportation.
I'm all in.
Segway scooter for Buzz.
I don't. I'm
I'm
sure.
sure
rent 'em.
anything. I'm sure they have it all.
And Buzz, don't wear the helmet.
This is where we are staying. Is a narrow spit of land that
Is it a peninsula?
No, it's not a peninsula.
Why don't you give out the address?
We're saying Fort Myers Beach. It's not that far.
Not big?
It's Estero Island is what it is, and it is Fort Myers Beach. And it's very narrow. It's a bitch at like rush hour because there are 2 lanes in and 2 lanes out.
Yeah.
And we better at by cocktail hour. Maybe by like 3 o'clock.
Be settled in somewhere.
We really should be dug into where we're
you
going to be.
can't run anywhere.
You can't.
I'll be right back.
No. I mean, you can run down like on the island, but it's when you
foot.
say run, on foot might be the way.
Right.
We'll get the lay of the
Yeah,
land.
it'll be
Oh,
fine.
there'll be no travel by foot.
Well, not by you.
What's the weight restriction for Segway scooters? Do we know?
Maybe I could
I'll
rent.
find out.
I'll rent 2.
One for each foot.
One for each foot.
Rob, another groin pull.
That'd be a good
Forward.
We got another groin pull.
Something's wrong with these gears.
So it's going to be, the thing that's fun about this is there are a lot of radio friends of ours that are down in Florida that I've been listening to.
Yeah.
And, God love them. And I love our former radio station and I love Chad and I love the Junkies. They're good friends of mine. And they just sound this side of miserable. I mean, they're down there.
But it's not Florida, Mike. That's WJFK that's making them miserable.
That's
Right.
I was listening to Chad yesterday, and I was listening to him talk about.
So was I. It's funny.
Talk about I don't listen to that station that often, and he's down there, and it's just he's so. This is what he should be doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're down there, and they've got. The poor guy gets down to Florida. They throw him in a spring training scenario, and if you're at a spring training, you want to be sitting in a bleacher seat,
And we
drinking a Budweiser.
Yeah, we had been to spring training in Arizona,
watered-down Budweiser.
and we love it. We love it so much. We love the experience, and you're absolutely right. When you're working, you're working.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
But when you're working, you're working.
And you're down there, and then you got to interview Charlie Slows, and I'm like, and Charlie Slows, who I have lambasted,
Say his name right.
Charlie Slows, as I believe seriously. And now the Caps, the new Steve Colby got blown out by the Caps,
right?
And so they got another guy that's another one of these guys.
Great.
And Charlie Slows
he's the booth guy.
He's the play-by-play guy.
Oh, so he's a radio guy.
Charlie Slows is the radio announcer for the Washington Nationals, and Chad and. Chad's
Grant
doing
Paulson.
Yeah, well, whoever Chad's doing a show, he
with
sounds
Pat
like he's
Paulson?
11. Chad's doing this show with an 11-year-old boy.
Oh, okay, then
He
it's
looks
not-
like one.
Oh
Pat
my
Paulson.
God, this guy's like, well, hey, and he's the perfect sports doof, and he's like going, well, hey, how are you, like that, and I'm listening to Chad do like what we used to do, and try to bring it in a format that it just doesn't. There's so many restrictions.
There was a moment, and I rarely text anyone when they're doing their shows because I don't like to interrupt their program,
Right,
And you know how many times you get calls here
Right,
or anything that comes in. But I had to text him because I guess a foul ball came his way or something had happened, and he got startled. And then he went into this, and this is like vintage Chad, where he's like, goes into this rant on a sports talk show about balls.
It's so not sports talk.
About balls coming to his face. And he's just like, just doing it in such a perfect way. I was dying in my car.
And it's just, I listen to that, and it makes me reminisce about the great days of WJFK. And I am, the envy is gone because we're going down we're going to do shows.
Different type of broadcast.
Where we get to talk, if we talk about baseball, we talk about baseball. On the agenda for next week in Florida with our live shows, we are going, obviously, to spring training baseball.
Yep.
We are going to a zoo. We are going to go into the Everglades.
Oh, the airboat.
We are going to try to get an airboat, but Carla reminded me there is also a little, corner dirt road shack where this guy has a menagerie of these exotic animals.
Excellent.
That's where I went into his little shop. It's like a convenience
I
store.
remember
out front.
you mentioning
I
this
remember
back
it's called
then.
it's called the Sick Peacock.
And he fed his giant python a frozen rabbit when I was there. It was fantastic. And we're just going to have a great time down there. And I just think when you listen to guys that are kind of controlled in that environment and have to keep it along the Nationals, that's what they're down there for. It's so
which day are we
friggin' boring.
Which day are we going to have Charlie Slows on?
So I listen to Charlie's shows, and so my ears perk up because nobody has just taken this guy on like I have. I have just said he's the worst I've ever heard.
Right.
He sounds like he's got cotton stuffed up his nose, where it's like, Charlie Slows, and they're 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. And he comes on, and how does he present himself? He's the slicky boy sports guy.
Oh, no.
A total hump. And I will look forward to it. Chad, I promise you, when we talk personally or we exchange messages, I will keep your secret. Tell me. I have to know what this guy's really like. Because it was just like, well, the way it looks right now, Bryce Harper's got a...
God.
Yeah, well, I just called... He said something like, I just called the game. And I was like, well...
Wow. Preseason baseball? How'd that go?
Now, if I was working for a sports station, I'd be able to say, hey, Charlie's a great guy. It was great having him on the show. But now, as I sit in my little living room perch, I can go, what a doof.
You know what we should do? Let's have Charlie Slows on next week and feed him a frozen rabbit.
It was just, it's kind of those guys that do sports radio. There's certain guys, like the guy that used to work with Mike Francesca, the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
There's certain guys that love every minute of it.
Yeah.
And he said, as much as he loves it, is as bad a broadcaster as he is. But then you get a guy that, like Chad, and, a guy like EB, where you don't want to keep these guys in a box.
Right.
You want to have them spread their wings a
They're
little bit.
best when they run.
And it just makes me miss the old WJFK. And listen, you guys are doing a great job, and I miss you all.
Yeah,
and
they're killing it.
I just remembered that radio station we
Right.
were a part of.
Yeah.
It was such a
Well,
great
you
radio
loved working
station.
there, and you loved listening to it.
I did. It was fun.
It was great till
I
Weasels
enjoy- and
killed
that-
it.
Yeah. And Mike Wise, how'd that work out? How'd getting that bald hump Washington Post columnist to do a radio show, how'd that work out for you, Sam?
Well,
It
newspaper
didn't work out.
people always work good on the radio. Remember how thrilling it was when Liddy used to read the papers?
It's just sad
Yeah.
because really the guy talk format, which was so much fun for women as well,
Yes.
has gone by the by, and it's sad to. I get I get intrigued, and it's funny that we were both
Vibing
listen
on the
because I
same
think
side.
we both listened to that radio station
Yeah.
probably about the same,
Yeah.
which would be about 11 minutes, every 2
No,
months.
no. You know what? It's funny because when I'm a fan of Chad in general. So, and I know
Right,
that
right.
he will try to make anything he talks about
The best-
entertaining.
yeah, of anything.
Right.
But when
Yeah.
I knew he had put out a tweet, he said, if something along the lines, if you're not just into sports, listen to today's show. And as soon as I heard that, and I saw on his Facebook page that he was like doing these secret pictures of this woman on a plane.
Yeah, he's doing airline. He's doing airline bit.
Yeah, and I was like, I have to listen to
The woman
this.
with the big hair on the airplane.
Yeah,
that's
I-
great.
I-
Cat lady.
And it's like the cat lady.
exactly.
The cat lady.
It was awesome.
I
And
said,
it's great.
I got to hear this, and just you're right. It was a trip down memory lane. It was
And
nice.
really, the fact is that it was we had so many shows that were
Fun.
like a 10-minute segment of his show, and between everybody in this room, we used to have shows like that every day, and there was a reason there was a following for it. Brian, you can attest to
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
You were a huge fan of that radio station, and it is a reason that the only place you can find that in its purest form now is online,
Right here.
And,
Right here.
and really, that's it's good and it's bad at the same time. It's good because I don't have to look at another CBS executive again in my life if I don't want to, and I'm delighted with that. So salute to all those guys
Yeah.
that are slaying
Keep
the
grinding.
dragon down there. And we
Mike,
are,
do you want the Segway weight capacity?
Mark, eyes on the prize. What is it?
It is 260 pounds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, no problem. That means Rob and I are both
We
qualified
can
for that.
actually share one.
That'll be great. Looking forward to that. That's exciting. Look at Ronnie. Look at the look. That gave Ronnie a lot of joy right there.
And you have to be at least 100.
Do they have a big and tall man Segway?
No, they don't.
With something like big tires on
The
it?
iron Segway. See,
With
The
chains?
Segway XL.
do you have a sound effect in your machine that might approximate what the Segway would sound like?
I think I might give me one.
I'm trying to start it. This is the giant heavy man Segway.
And
there.
by the way, folks, that's not the audio vault, so you don't need to keep track of whether or not it's open.
It's misfiring.
I
There
think
you
I
go.
have it here. Just I need 1 second.
Let's fire up the Rob and Mike big and tall man's
Here we go,
Segway
Mike.
scooter.
I think we have.
Let's see. Okay, we're going to take it down the beach.
Melon Segways.
I think it might be overloaded.
Thornton Mellon.
Hey,
Thornton Mellon Segway scooters.
You got it started.
How you doing, Rob?
It's good.
This is good.
I can't get it into gear.
I don't feel like I've got my balance yet on this sucker. Come on now. Here we go. I'll see you. Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
I want to say thanks to the Grease Man for that sound effect.
We will take a break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Rob Spiewak and the Audio Vault. We're here with Brian Gauthier from the Oakton Wine Shop, and we will sample another phenomenal selection from his winery, or what is it called? Your
wine shop.
Your wine shop. Thank you. We'll take a break. Great winery. I wanted to say his cellar.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for, but
He's a buyer and a seller. Yeah.
I have had 3.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
You know what? I will compliment Josh on the pour. They're just about right.
I'm sleepy.
You're doing a good job. This segment of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Warby Parker. Stop paying iPhone prices for prescription eyeglasses. Get better-looking glasses for a fraction of retail. Get to warbyparker.com, where glasses start at $95. These are fashion-forward glasses and sunglasses. Every pair is complete with anti-glare, anti-reflection coatings, and polycarbonate lenses at no extra cost. You can try up to 5 pairs with free shipping to find the right pair for you. Now, as much as I like Warby Parker, we wouldn't have a guy from Warby Parker sitting in that chair where Brian's sitting right now, coming in, at the beginning of every segment and offering us a different pair of glasses.
Yeah,
right.
The only
Because
people
at this point, you'd have 4 pairs of glasses on.
the sponsor, in my humble opinion, next to Jimmy, it's probably Jimmy and Brian that get the all access and get the total hang. Brian is Mark. I don't think you've ever said to me, Oakton Wine Shop is planning on coming by. Is Thursday okay? I don't think really in the time that has ever happened, I have ever said
no.
Well, that's bad for me.
No, you've always said yes to that.
And when they come by on Thursday, it's always the best because we tape 2 shows on Thursday.
2 to do today.
2 to do today.
Brian sells glasses for about $1 a piece.
Meanwhile, get to warbyparker.com. Use our code TMOS to get your free shipping. It is a great deal. Try them, keep your favorite, and send the rest back.
They're the leader.
Brian Gauthier from Oakton Wine Shop is joining us on the program, and you have poured another selection, at least Josh has.
Yes.
What are we enjoying right
This
now?
is Castello de Rampolla Chianti Classico.
Castello de Rampolla?
Uh-huh.
Wow. That sounds a little dirty.
Are some of these names dirty? I wanted to ask you that.
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
This has a wood taste, yeah?
A little bit of woody, little cedar notes, a little bit of that.
That's what it is.
I was right.
Oh, the Castello de Rampa. Rampa?
Rampolla.
Rampolla.
That means a small rumpa.
That is. I go over to Italy. I check out all the Rampollas.
I know you do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but don't ride the Segway.
Nice Rampolla.
What is this the equivalent of like a Pinot?
No, this is Sangiovese, so it's a little bit heavier, a little bit.
Sangiovese.
Yeah, so a little bit of acidity. So this is what you would want to be drinking with your typical lasagnas, your pastas, your veals, anything that has that high acidity level. This
really
would work
good.
really well.
Really nice.
And by the way, kudos to you, Mr. O'Mara, for being able to read a live commercial and hold up your glass for a refill all at the same time.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that, too.
Impressed.
If King Henry VIII had a podcast, I think it would have looked a lot like that.
Same shape. It's all about the priorities. That's the way you do it. Let's open up the audio vault for today, Feb 28, 2013, last day of February.
Mike, why does Adam Carolla keep stealing all our bits?
That's a couple of people Facebooked me and told me that they were doing dueling Michael
Awfully
McDonald.
Now, the thing about
Tell me it's the real Michael McDonald.
It's not Michael McDonald.
Okay.
He was talking about Jack Cassidy, true, but he took a different stab at Jack Cassidy. He was concerned that Jack Cassidy had a mustache that didn't connect in the middle. And he kept going back to that. Here's just a taste, just so you can hear Adam Carolla talk about
funny
Jack
man.
Cassidy.
Very, very funny man.
There's a nice
Oh, wow.
shot of Jack Cassidy.
That is quite
Can you pause it for a second?
a state.
Love Carolla. We've used his template.
Sure.
You know, wish he had our audio.
Yeah.
So,
I
go
totally
ahead.
agree with
I hear you.
Thank you very
Contrast
much.
and
That
compare.
is.
Do you have to cultivate the mustache that doesn't meet in the middle?
I
You see the parted mustache?
It's unclear whether I see. That's the thing about fake.
Anyway, so he goes on mostly about Cassidy's mustache. I think he can have that.
Okay.
Yeah,
But when
that's,
he
Yeah, I
started
mean Jack
talking about
Cassidy, but it might get round to him because of our listen. We share a lot of audience with Carolla. A lot
That's
of people
true.
listen to his podcast, listen to this, and he has many, many more listeners online than we do. I would pray for 1/10 of Adam
We bow
Carolla's
to that,
listener base.
yeah.
That's why we did our new listener initiative yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was just, and that's probably I wouldn't doubt that maybe that subject got back to him, just like I would get subjects. We've stolen complete ideas from Adam
Absolutely.
Carolla, so I'm fine with that.
So he was talking about a guy on his show who knew a guy that went on tour with a band who used to do management for Michael McDonald. That's how they got to Michael McDonald. And so they started dissecting his music. Here's Adam Carolla's version of our Michael McDonald bit.
Now you got to join in here, Grant. Right. There we go. Crank it up.
It's so much fun.
It is.
You gotta
You know
use the
what?
mic.
Bless his heart.
There you go.
As fun as it is for us to do it,
Oh, it's great.
It's great to hear someone else do it.
Is that Carolla?
Yeah. So that's what's going
It's
on.
fun.
Yeah, so that's
I
Adam
don't
Carolla.
begrudge it. Steal away. I don't care. It's great.
That
It's
would
just
be a
fun
great
bit.
name for a Michael McDonald song.
Steal away.
Steal away.
There was a hit. Steal away.
Yeah, it was Robbie
Dupree.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, okay,
Just remember where
musicology.
you heard that bit first.
Right.
That's
Buzz,
right.
Are you still? Are you like 6 glasses of wine earlier?
No,
or
because
what?
I've had a couple of each of the whites, so
Oh,
I'm,
wow.
I'm feeling all right.
And also 2 pounds of cheese.
There you go.
Michael Phelps,
Feeling
Mike,
a little bound up.
He's on that show. What is the Hank Haney golfing show?
Oh,
Golfing,
man.
you know the one I mean, where you golf with Hank Haney.
Charles Barkley was on there where
Right.
Hank Haney, I think it's called the Hank Haney Experiment.
I think that's right.
And
So-
he takes golfers, amateur golfers, and I'd do it in a minute,
So-
tries to make them better golfers.
Phelps is on, and the lady who anchors it is called Kit Hoover. Kit Hoover, Mike.
Oh,
And
she's on Access Hollywood.
And she talked to, or maybe
She a
this,
piece of ass?
You know what? I take that back. This is from Access Hollywood regarding that show.
Is she a POA?
Yes.
Gotta be.
Kit
Gotta be.
Hooper?
Yeah,
Hoover.
she's very pretty.
Hoover.
And yeah,
Hoover.
and she-
I
Long in
hardly
the
know
tooth,
her.
but pretty.
I'm getting
Hey.
buzzed.
So
It's official. I
she
just
has a
got
question, a very innocent question for Michael Phelps.
What?
She has a very innocent question for Michael Phelps
right.
that I think he takes a little too seriously. She asks him if, now that he's learned, if he would ever golf on the senior tour.
What is the goal? Maybe the senior tour down the line. What are we thinking here?
Senior tour.
Oh, you want
I'm
to?
27.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not. I was.
What is that?
I was giving you a few years to get better.
What are you giving me? 50 years to get better?
Screw you,
Yeah,
Phelps.
Yeah, with your long arms.
Hate him.
That's probably the type of guy that would go out there and just be a phenomenal golfer.
How'd she get the name Hoover?
You know, I don't
Name
think
sucks.
so. You know what? The thing about golf is body type is really irrelevant. You've got Ian Woosnam, who really looked like a leprechaun and won the Masters, and then you get a guy like Ernie Els. I've always believed that, we were talking about our friend Lance Boyd, who's one of the better amateur golfers I've ever played with.
Really?
And that's the body type right
Okay.
there. That's just a pure, long, tall Texan. That's who you want to be out on a golf course.
Is he
And
too
Ernie
fat?
Els-
Is he too fat to ride a Segway?
Oh, no, he's fine.
Okay, good.
You put 2 Lances on a Segway.
Do you remember some time ago when I first brought you the Jerry Lewis goat? This is a goat that sounds like Jerry Lewis. One more.
I don't know, dude. What? I don't know. Here.
Which is great, except for that hoe talking to him.
Yeah, that's it. Like every bad YouTube video.
Exactly.
Shut the F up if you find
Right.
something funny. We don't care about your reaction.
So we did that like 2 years ago. Now there's a new movement on Facebook. People are taking screaming goats and editing them into hit records.
Okay.
And so here's a few that I was able to find. Here's
Screaming
Adele
goats.
with a goat.
All right, stop it right there.
Okay.
Got to blow that one up. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
you can blow
There are
that.
better ones.
Note to the junior editors out there. Okay, when you're doing a comedy segment, you got to get right to the comedy.
Match
If you're going to
it.
give me 15 minutes of Adele to make your point, you've blown it right there. So
Because
there
we're
it
building.
is.
The Taylor Swift one I like better.
Okay. That's better. That's how you do it. Do it again. Now I'm laughing.
But
She
the
has
best
so many
one,
hits.
but oh god, there's too many.
There's too many.
Too many. The best one, of course, is the Screaming Goat with Bon Jovi, Mike.
Okay.
One more. And also bonus points for using multiple goat screams.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
That one was my favorite.
I like that.
Mike, and I hate to even bring this up because I know that you talk to your mom all the time, and it's hard to have a talk with your parents sometimes, but do you know that the rates of STDs sexually transmitted diseases among senior citizens has skyrocketed.
Jesus. You know, I think about this.
Do you?
Really?
Assisted living. Listen, my mom.
She got hit
hey,
on in
listen,
the first
I just
day.
said it for real. I just did it for real.
I know.
That was the real hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
10 minutes
Yeah,
after
hit on.
my mom checked into the assisted living place, a knock on the door from her friend Stuart. And Stuart is the guy, when we were coming back from the cafeteria, she said, oh, there he is now. He's getting some sun. And she said, hello, Stuart. And Stuart was motionless.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
And then he stirred a little bit, and we realized he wasn't dead. He was just sleeping on his porch.
You know what? He's not totally motionless.
So they get it going there. But no, she's fine.
So, okay, just be aware that the STDs among senior citizens are among the rise.
Crazy story. Senior citizens are now catching STDs at a record rate. That's true.
They're cheering that.
What the hell was that? They're delighted by that story. Grandma's getting gonorrhea. That's right. Senior citizens are now catching STDs at a record rate.
Jesus.
Yeah. So now old guys are getting up in the middle of the night to scream while they pee. It seems like you like the setup more than the joke itself. Got it.
That, Mike, is your magic audio ball.
We'll take a break, come back with Buzz and News. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Yeah, what is this?
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, I like this.
Andrew's sister's throwback.
Old, right?
4 or 5 years old?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I want to remind everybody.
Bucket days.
Hey, the contest is going. As much as we like you sharing this show with your friends, we definitely want you to get the Jack Cassidy T-shirts and go somewhere. Doesn't matter where it is, but send us a video of you screaming, I'm Jack Cassidy, in your Jack Cassidy T-shirt.
An exotic location, impress us.
We are, someone out there is going to blow us away. We're not going to give just one prize away. We'll have a series of prizes to give to the people that enter this contest. It's Rob's Apprentice Contest. Get your Jack Cassidy T-shirt. Video yourself saying, I'm Jack Cassidy. Send it to us. We'll play it on the air, and we'll share it with all of our listeners. And then someone for a day will be Rob Spiewak's apprentice.
Oh, lucky day for you.
Yes, lucky. And that means
I hope it's me.
2 meals with you,
Yes.
2 radio shows with you.
Yes.
I wouldn't do it.
No.
Anyway, let's get right
Mike's
to...
in it just for the German helmet and the LT.
Let's get and the culmination of a great day will be Rob presents you with his authentic German helmet.
Mike, one of them.
Now, before we get to Buzz, we are enjoying wines. Have we gotten through all these wines,
We have
Brian?
one more.
One more wine from the
Oh,
Oakton
boy.
Wine Shop. While we're doing that, we'll check with Brian right after Buzz gives us his sponsor. Go ahead, Buzz.
Thank you, Mike. And actually, we just want to remind people our spring break road trip is brought to you by the Institute for Liberty and their partner, Fan Freedom.
Thank you, Andrew.
You see, your right to independently buy and sell tickets is under attack. Big corporations, the venue managers, the team owners, they're all trying to force you to buy and sell in the markets they say. That means you have to pay their fees and follow their silly rules. The Institute for Liberty and their partners at Fan Freedom are pushing back against this in Florida, Tennessee, California, and really all over the country. You bought it, you own it. Protect your consumer rights and your property rights. Visit fanfreedom.org and learn more about the Institute for Liberty.
Now, what is the wine we'll be drinking while Buzz reads the news?
This is Ceres. This is from Spain. This is 100% Tempranillo. It's 40-year-old vines. It's one of the wines I just found when I was in Spain just a couple months ago.
This is amazing.
This has a hey,
Rob is
really
Rob is
buzzed.
buzzed. Yeah, Rob's officially
We all are
buzzed.
just a little.
This is really good.
Now,
though.
you're doing the, after our second show, you're going to do the loadout.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna
Are we going to have cables in all different spots?
I will supervise. It's going to be great. We have a label maker and a
Supervise.
chart.
A label maker. That's good. Best day for a label. Are you having any wine at all?
No, because I'll be doing most of the work, I see.
all
No,
right.
Mark's
Yeah.
here. Oh, that's right. You will be doing most of the work.
Oscar will do most of the heavy lifting per normal.
How come you're not enjoying a little glass of
Well,
wine?
because I don't want to be yelled at when we forget something.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Very good.
Hey, I got
I'm trying
news
to be
for
responsible.
I've been with
I
him
don't
20
like-
years. You're going to get yelled at no matter what.
Very good.
That's right.
Even if you remember
Drink
everything.
up, Oz.
Take it away, Buzz.
'Twas the night before sequester, and all through the House and the Senate and the White House, there was a lot of stirring, but no progress. President Obama and Speaker Boehner conversed about it yesterday for nearly 60 seconds. $85 billion in budget cuts for the year will go into effect with no regard to what or whom it will hurt. No one's expected this to come to this point. It was a law that was passed because it was ridiculous in the hope that it would drive the two sides together for a solution to our budget problems.
A-holes.
It hasn't.
Language.
Now, that may change as we begin to feel the effects of the cuts, and truth is there's an even bigger budget battle ahead, naturally, a pending shutdown of the government at the end of March. But these budget cuts right here, this sequester, they're due to kick in at midnight tonight, and that set off a last-minute scramble, not to prevent them from happening, but to make sure no one in Washington gets the blame for them.
That's what they care about.
A day late and $85 billion short, the White House has scheduled a meeting with congressional leaders for tomorrow after the budget axe has already started to fall.
Ridiculous.
Well, they can't come with us to Florida then.
Not at all.
No, they can't.
That really, it's just it's finger pointing, and it really is, and it's both sides. So, as I said earlier in the show, what you want to do is you want to take your team and point the finger at your own team. That's the best way to get.
And both
done.
sides have made proposals so that they can say that they've done something, but they've made proposals they know the other side will reject and don't have a snowball's chance in hell of passing.
Right.
So we're wasting our time.
This is really, and you know who this is on totally, and I'm saying this. This is ultimately on the President of the United States.
Sure, he's our leader.
This is the time where he uses the power of the office to say, look, they're not, no matter what your political differences are, it's very hard for a United States congressman, if he gets a phone call from the White House and says, come to my office, not to say yes. He is the President of the United States. And Obama, you are completely dicking around with this, and I'm here to tell you I'm tired of it, and I have supported you, but this is where you're going. If you don't act and you don't get involved in this, you're actually going to see a backlash with your presidency.
Here's something else you like to get angry about, and rightly so. Most people, we think, know what a load of crap the Fox News channel is. Sadly, the mainstream media isn't faring much better as it continues to damage its own credibility with selective editing.
Right.
NBC News, as you may know, is being sued by accused Trayvon Martin killer George Zimmerman, claiming that NBC edited Zimmerman's 911 call to make him sound racist.
Which they did.
NBC edited out the part in which the dispatcher asked the neighborhood watchman about the race of the suspect he was pursuing, but NBC left in only Zimmerman's answer, making it sound as though he'd offered that information unsolicited. NBC News has now asked a judge to delay the news organization's case until after Zimmerman is found innocent or guilty of murder, the network betting on the latter to weaken the case against them.
Yeah, but let's send the whole organization over to cover the Pope's resignation.
Please. Send a lot of people, a lot of cameras.
That's a non-story.
And wait, there's more. Now ABC News has edited tape of First Lady Michelle Obama to make her sound less misinformed about a gun killing in Chicago. ABC says it only edited Mrs. Obama's comment for time, but you be the judge. She was commenting about the teenage girl who performed at the inauguration, only to be killed by gang gunfire back in her hometown. Police say there's no evidence to support that the girl was killed with an automatic weapon. But Mrs. Obama said this week, quote, she was caught in the line of fire because some kids had some automatic weapons they didn't need. ABC edited out the phrase, because some kids had some automatic weapons they didn't need.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's that big a deal. I mean, to be honest with you.
Do you think they really did it for time, or do you think they did it to make the First Lady not sound stupid?
You know, I have no idea, and you don't either. And, I'd love to sit down and find out the way they're doing that. Who knows?
Yeah.
And this is the era of people worrying about who's going to use your clip for exploitation and propaganda purposes. It's a weird world we live in.
Sad news, perhaps, for those who love to play poker. Poker rooms are shutting down in Las Vegas and elsewhere, partly because of the economy and partly because of the popularity of the game dwindling after a government crackdown on online poker.
That's interesting.
Poker's never been a big moneymaker for the casinos, not like slot machines or roulette.
Hi.
The casinos rode the wave of
Mike
poker.
O'Mara is the charitable guy.
Hi, how are you? I'm happy to be a part of the most profitable part of the casino.
He is the donator.
Poker had a popularity surge in the early 2000s, and the casinos rode that wave, mostly as a way just to get people in the doors.
Excuse me, casino host, can you point me in the direction of the really stupid slots?
And I'll also need to know where your ATM machine is.
Thanks so much.
You walk in the door, you're in the ATM machine.
Thank you.
At least 8 Vegas poker rooms have closed in the last couple of years as the game's popularity fades back to what it was
I'm
before.
scared to go into them. I'd love to do it, but I'm always thinking I'm going to sit down at a table with a bunch of sharks.
Yeah.
Poker profits for casinos were down by 6%, and poker rooms began to close across the country.
We used to call Mike O'Mara the poker prophet.
Right.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, by the way, has signed a bill that allows casinos in Atlantic City to offer slot machines and table games online. Christie had vetoed that at first until it was reworked to allow for better regulation.
Good. Hey, good for him. This, I'll tell you want really, I'm beginning to come to Rob's side.
Hit another double. Yeah,
no, what he does is he legislates, he leads, he modifies this.
Right. and made it happen.
And it ends up being good for everybody.
It's
It's like,
compromise.
no, we're not going to let you steamroll it through because it's not good legislation. But if I can tweak it, you'll be fine. I love that guy. I'm beginning to really come around on him.
Finally, we told you last week about the theft of what's been called Michigan's biggest porn collection, valued at $6,500. You may remember. We now know the name of the collector, 43-year-old Early Johnson
Hey, I get it.
of Muskegon. And we know something else about his collection. It was all black porn. Early says he had a video record of every African-American who's appeared in porn since 1970.
Saw this guy.
The collection has not been recovered by police, but a black porn company, Monarchy, says it will give Early all the videos it can find to help him restore some of what he lost. And who doesn't like a happy ending? I'm Buzz Burbank on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you, Buzz. Thank you, Brian Gozier.
Thank you.
It's going on this weekend. It is the Spring Fling.
Next weekend. Yes.
Spring Fling Festival. Put the dates on my copy. Benefiting the Lymphoma Research Foundation. Taste 30 wines over 2 days. Next Friday from 4 to 7. We've got South Africa, Australia on Saturday. And go to Oakton Wine Shop and Twitter and Facebook, or call them at 703-255-5425. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget, on the bonus hour this week, Dealer's Choice. All the guys in the room. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.